The tactics of Black Lives Matter movement are coming under scrutiny tonight.
After a confrontation with the LA mayor during a town hall meeting this week, some local leaders are voicing their concerns that activists are going too far. KCAL9 political reporter Dave Bryan talked to an organizer of the local Black Lives Matter movement about this controversy. Dave?
So it's the tactics that are the issue here, and there are strong feelings on both sides. Melina Abdullah says Black Lives Matter has tried for years to work with Mayor Garcetti on issues that are important to South LA, but have gotten back little more than lip service. So she joined the protest this week, which some are now criticizing for shouting down the mayor and hijacking the meeting. The rowdy disruption of Mayor Eric Garcetti's town hall meeting in South LA this week marks an escalation in tactics by Black Lives Matter LA and has triggered a debate about the tactics the group is using, even among some supporters of their cause.
Some of the folks are acting out of their own rage about what's happening in the community.
In an interview at Cal State LA, where she's the chair of the Pan-African Studies Department, I asked Professor Melina Abdullah, who's also an organizer with Black Lives Matter, about the tactics.
What some of these folks are saying is that I agree with you on the issues, and I want action too, but the tactics are now distracting from the issues.
These kind of polite tactics that they're advocating, we've been doing those for 2 years, right? Every day that we spend engaging in polite conversation, we run the risk of someone else being killed by the police.
Among those who criticized the Black Lives Matter tactics were LA County Supervisor Mark Ridley Thomas.
The questions that were raised are obviously important. The manner in which they were raised, in my view, leaves a lot to be desired.
And the pastor of the Holman United Methodist Church in South LA, where the meeting was held, posted this response on Facebook to the Black Lives Matter protesters. To the members of BLM-LA and allies who cussed at me in the sanctuary on Monday night during the town hall, I have forgiven you because the lives of black people matter. Your disrespect and verbal violence will not be a weapon of mass distraction to our resolve. The demands of Black Lives Matter include firing LAPD Chief Charlie Beck, making the police commission more transparent, and paying reparations for victims of police violence.
Sometimes when we're seeking change, the tactics have to be varied. It can't be asking anymore. We've written letters, you know, we've given the mayor our agenda, and he's refused it. So if that doesn't work, then how do we get our platform really, how do we elevate that platform? How do we say Black Lives Matter in a substantive way?
Black Lives Matter. But some folks in the neighborhood who attended the meeting felt it was a rare opportunity to communicate in a meaningful way with the mayor, wasted by the protesters.
You disrespected the rest of the community that was there to have an intelligent dialogue with the mayor and understand what's happening on issues like jobs, what's happening on our minimum wage increase, and we didn't get that tonight because of a small group of people who wanted to be obstructive.
Well, organizers of this week's meeting estimate there were about 400 South LA residents who attended that meeting with Mayor Garcetti and 50 to 75 protesters who shut it down. Ironically, one of the demands of Black Lives Matter is quarterly town hall meetings involving the mayor and the community. And Juan, Lena, that's much like the meeting that was disrupted this week.